Have you ever wondered why the devil would fight over a dead man? Not a king, not a conqueror, a corpse buried in a hidden valley. Why did Lucifer leave his throne of shadows to claim the body of Moses? And what happened on that lonely mountain when heaven and hell collided, unseen by human eyes? This is not a legend, not folklore, not speculation. This is a battle recorded in one mysterious verse in the book of Jude. A clash not of swords, but of authority. Because when Moses died, his story was not finished. If you're ready to go deeper into Scripture, subscribe now and join us on this journey through the unseen. The wind was still on Mount Nebo. The rocks were cold. The sky hung low with a heavy silence. Below, the Jordan shimmered like a silver serpent, and beyond it stretched the promised land, a land Moses would see, but never enter. After 120 years of life, 40 years in Egypt, 40 in Midian, and 40 leading Israel, Moses stood alone. His feet were cracked with desert dust, his beard tangled by the wind, his robe worn by time. Yet Scripture says his eyes were not dim, nor his strength diminished. He was not dying of weakness. He was being called home. This was the man who saw the burning bush, who stood before Pharaoh and turned the Nile to blood, who raised his staff and parted the Red Sea, who climbed Sinai and returned glowing with divine fire. Now, standing on Pisgah, he waited. God showed him the land, from Naphtali to Ephraim, from the western sea to the plains of Judah, a land of promise, of battles, of kings, of prophets, of destiny. Then the Lord spoke, "This is the land I swore to your fathers. I have let you see it with your eyes, but you shall not cross over." It was not cruelty, it was justice. Moses had struck the rock in anger, dishonoring God before Israel. So though he led them to the edge of destiny, he would not enter with them. But God did not let Moses die like an ordinary man. No priests, no family, no burial ritual, no mourning procession, because God himself buried him. The earth opened in secret, heaven took his spirit, and his body was hidden from all humanity. Deuteronomy 34:6 says, "And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab. But no one knows his burial place to this day." Why? Because God was not protecting a memory, he was protecting a mystery. And hell noticed. Lucifer had watched Moses his entire life, from the basket on the Nile to the final breath on Nebo. Because even in death, Moses was dangerous, not because of his power, but because of what he represented. Moses did not just die as a man, he died as a message that intimacy with God is possible, that divine law touched human hands, that even after failure, God does not abandon his servant. Lucifer could not allow that message to remain untouched, so he came, not with fire, not with chains, but with a twisted majesty, a fallen glory that bent the air and chilled the ground. He walked toward the hidden grave. He knew exactly where Moses lay, and he reached for the earth. Then heaven responded. Michael descended, not in rage, not in thunder, but in authority. The Archangel of heaven stood between Lucifer and the grave. His presence made the air tremble. Lucifer spoke first. "The body is mine." He failed. He struck the rock. He belongs to death, and death belongs to me. Michael did not debate, did not argue, did not justify Moses. He spoke one sentence: "The Lord rebuke you." That was it. No sword, no threat, no sermon, just divine authority. And in that moment, Lucifer lost. Not because of Michael's strength, but because of God's verdict. The grave remained sealed, heaven's claim stood firm, and Lucifer retreated in fury. Why did Lucifer come personally? Not for Joseph, not for David, not for Isaiah. Why Moses? Because Moses was not just a prophet, he was the foundation of God's covenant with humanity. He carried the tablets written by God's own finger. He authored the Torah, the first 5 books of Scripture. He defined sin, holiness, and law. If Lucifer could corrupt Moses' body, he could distort Moses' legacy, turn reverence into idolatry, turn law into oppression, turn faith into empty religion. This was not theft, this was spiritual sabotage. Second, Moses' body had been marked by God's glory. His face once shone so brightly that Israel begged him to wear a veil. Lucifer seeks to defile what God has sanctified. He tried with Eve, he tried with Cain, he tried with Judas, and now he tried with Moses. Because Moses sinned, yet God still buried him. That truth terrified hell. Third, Moses was destined to return. Centuries later, on the Mount of Transfiguration, Moses would stand beside Jesus in glory. Lucifer knew, imperfectly but enough, that Moses' story was not over. If he could defile the body, maybe he could disrupt prophecy. He wasn't just after bones, he was after destiny. So God sent Michael, not a choir of angels, not an army, one warrior, Michael, heaven's commander, the same Michael who later fought the dragon in Revelation. Not emotional, not arrogant, not reckless. He acts only on divine command. When Lucifer accused, Michael rebuked. Because Michael represents order, Lucifer represents chaos. Michael enforces God's law, Lucifer twists it. And at Moses' grave, their ancient conflict erupted again. Why does this matter today? Because this battle was not just about Moses, it was about you. First, your life belongs to God. Moses was flawed. He killed a man. He disobeyed. He doubted. He failed. Yet God buried him himself. If God values a prophet's body this much, how much more does he value you? Your body is not meaningless dust. It is a vessel of testimony. What God claims, hell cannot take. Second, Satan still fights over what God has already claimed. Lucifer had no right to Moses' body, yet he came anyway. That's how he operates. He accuses, he trespasses, he lies, he whispers, "You failed. You're disqualified. You don't deserve grace." But heaven responds the same way Michael did. The Lord rebuke you. Not your strength, not your argument, God's authority. Third, heaven fights battles you never see. Moses never knew this confrontation happened, yet heaven defended him. Right now, unseen battles rage over your life, your calling, your future, and God is not passive. If he sent Michael to guard Moses' grave, he will send help to protect your destiny. So what really happened on that silent mountain? Not just a struggle over a body, a struggle over ownership, a struggle over authority, a struggle between covenant and chaos. Moses failed, but he walked with God. Hell accused, but heaven rebuked. That is the power of grace. So when you feel forgotten, remember Moses. When the enemy reminds you of your past, remember Moses. If God will defend a grave, he will defend you. This is more than a mystery, it is a promise, where the lost chapters of Scripture come alive with fire. Like, share, and subscribe if this stirred your spirit, because the war between light and darkness is still unfolding, and you are part of it. Until next time, stay watchful, stay grounded, and stay unshakably His.